All right, welcome back to another video on the channel right here. We're going to discuss further how this week been going inside the Forex market and what trades I've been taking and the overall just feel what's going on in the economy and the Forex market altogether. If you're looking right here, you're seeing my trade on British Pound USD. This is what I mean when price action is effective in the market. It is hugely effective when it comes to profit. When you simply just know what you're looking for and know what to identify each and every time you're looking for a setup, that's really all you ever have to do. You're looking for very simple things. One of the biggest thing I try to get across to a lot of people when approaching the market, any given time you look at any given pair, you only want to identify the condition of the market. This is what I call it, right? If you're looking at an uptrend, right? Is price action pushing up? You see the breakout, you see the pullback, you see the breakout, you see the pullback. Just think about that motion, right? Breakout, pullback, breakout, pullback, breaking above a level, right? Pulling back to the same level, breaking above a level, pulling back to the same level. And then we have the price action pattern, which in this case right here, the most recent buy I took right here was because of this morning star. And you see right now, we have all that profit. Besides all of this, right, looking at British Pound USD, Euro USD, and things like that, if you are trading any one of them pairs, one of the best thing we've been using so far has been the DXY. Our bet against a weak DXY has been all the truth we need to buy against it, right? If you're looking at the DXY on the higher time frame, that being the weekly or the daily, you can see the trend shift that has happened the same way we've been explaining this day by day for this current week. We can see easily, right? This right here, like I said last time, was the major shift in the market that anybody was looking for. Because once that level was broken right here, as we said last time, it could have kept on pushing up, pulling back, going up to the top side. That was one option to respect this trend right here, right? To respect that trend. But when it came here, it did the opposite. It had a big red bearish bar that broke to the downside. Once we identified that, we said it had to pull back to this previous level, right? Breakout, pullback, drop. And we're looking for the same thing right here. Breakout, pullback, drop. We're trying to see, is DXY, is the dollar going to stay below this level right about here? Because if that happened, we're going to see the DXY USD fall even further to the downside. Thus, our trades on British Pound USD and Euro USD will keep on going to the top side. It's very much that simple whenever you're looking to trade, buy or sell against the DXY. Come right here to the index and identify the trend, right? Identify the strength and weakness of the dollar and see what's going on. And that's going to be your key insight. Do you want to buy or sell against it? I know Euro USD is one of the biggest pairs that many people trade, as well as British Pound USD. So knowing how to effectively break this down right here and effectively mark it up with price action levels, support, resistance, that's going to be your key ingredient to trade against the dollar, okay? So going back, right? Now going back to my trade on British Pound USD, you can see how it's skyrocketing to the top side. This right here is not difficult whatsoever. We have the breakout, right? We have the pullback. And then look at that beautiful morning star pattern. That was the way to get into the trade. If I go down to my 4-hour, you can see the same exact thing, right? It rejected the opposite level, had a breakout, pullback, rejection to the opposite level. We're looking at all of that bullish pressure. Sooner or later, especially in the morning time, you got to make a decision. Do you see more reason for a buy? Or do you see more reason for a sell? And it's really just that simple. On this one, I didn't have to go down any time frame because it gave me everything I needed right here on the 8-hour time frame. And that's one of the best things about trading, especially on the higher time frame. It's very simple to identify that pattern and to identify what's more likely to happen. Like I said last time, understand the condition of the market, break it up. Pullback, we're looking for buys, breaking up, Pullback, we're looking for buys. Breaking up, pullback, we're looking for buys. And because we know we have a weak DXY, right? We went to the DXY, and for weeks now, we've been breaking that down and understanding it's been very weak in the market. The DXY has been on the downtrend. So thus, we're buying against it. It's always just that simple. And that's how the trade right here came to be. Let me also talk about my other trade, right? On EuroCAD. This trade as well is still pushing to the top side. I might close out today because it is Friday. It is the end of the week. And I've been in this trade since November 29th, November 30th, coming all the way into the new month. And I'm still holding on. Let me explain real quickly why would I close out this trade. If I come here, right, and get a rectangle and do it just like that, come back over here, get another rectangle and do it just like that. This is the 8 hour. Watch as I go down to the 4 hour to identify these key levels. We can see this touch right here, very simple, right? We can see this touch right here, the same exact thing. Both of that is the same thing, as well as this resistant touch, right? As well as what's going on right now. Now think about it. It can pull down right back to the same exact touch right here and then push all the way back to the top side. And that would be very, very great, right? But let's say this level is broken and pull back, right? That's going to be cause to go to the downside. So this level here around 142.75, around that level is going to be my key level that I'm looking for to see what's going to happen next on Euro Canadian dollar. Because if this happens, right, if it comes down here and respects that level, it's going to push up. Thus, I'm going to make a choice to stay into my trade and hold on to this over the weekend, right? Because, right, it's going to keep on making me money. Why would I want to close that out? A big thing you got to remember about being a Forex trader and being a successful one is always holding on to your winners, knowing when to close out, cut losers short, right? Or just take your profit, or simply know how to hold on to a trade. That's a very simple concept. The longer you can hold on to a trade, the less work you have to do in the Forex market, and the less your emotions are all over the place, right? You can be very stress-free and make money every single day on a single entry by just simply understanding how to manage your emotions and also know when to manage the trade, when to close out. Why do you want to hold on longer? These are very simple things, right? As I said, if it comes down to this level and it respects that level around 142.75 or 87, whatever it may be, if it stays above that level and push back to the top side, I'm going to hold on to my trade. If it breaks below that level and pull back, right, it pulls back here, then I'm going to assume the pair is going to go back down. Euro is going to fall against the Canadian dollar. Therefore, I don't want to lose all my profit, so I'm going to cut the trade short and take profit right there, which is still a very decent amount, right? From here all the way up there, you're still making around 336 pips, which is a lot, right? It's a lot of profit and a lot of pips. So it's nothing wrong with that. But I can simply understand, why would I want to hold on longer? And also, why do I want to cut my trade short? Very simple things, right? Let's look at another trade I took on Euro NZD. Look at this beautiful trade, right? Going back to the 8 hour, because that's what I always use. I start from the 8, 4, 3, 2, and then 1 to find any given entry. The higher the time frame I enter on, it gives me insight. That's how long I want to stay into my trade. If I enter a trade on the 8 hour, I'm going to take my time, because every bar is 8 hour of the day, right? Every single bar. So therefore, you got to take your time. But the strategy is all the same. Look in the past, right, guys? This right here on Euro NZD has been beautiful in the market, okay? Look at this past uptrend. Break above, pull back, break above, pull back, break above, pull back, right? Look at that. So structural perfect in the market. And the same thing goes for the downtrend, right? This trade right here, or this pair per se, has been amazing. We have the uptrend, right? And then accumulation phase when it goes sideways, and then we have the downtrend. So perfect when it comes to simple price action. But look at this trade I took right here. Let's simply understand it, right? Breakout, pullback, rejection, entry, right? Break below a level, pull back to the same level, give off rejection, stop loss above the level, boom, make that money to the downside. I mean, I can't stress enough how simple this stuff really is and how you're able to really effectively make so much money in the market. Okay, guys, let me explain another trade that I took, right? Let's look at EuroCAD. Look at this beautiful entry on EuroCAD and how very simple this was. Now, at this trade, I did start from my daily because I wanted to see what was going on in the higher picture overall, right? If you don't want to look at a higher time frame, it's going to be very hard for you to find out what's going on overall in the market, because this right here can't get any more simple, right? We have past level of resistance, past level of resistance. We can see that price action was above this level for a long time. Starting right here, it stayed below this level for a long time. Recently, it started breaking back above the previous level, above the previous level, above the previous level. So when I'm seeing that, right, it's no different. Breakout and then pull back, entry. But for the entry on here, I went down to the 8 and 4 hour. Breakout, pullback, that's my entry. Stay into your trade, hold on to your emotions, and make that money, right? I entered this trade because I saw this strong past level of resistance was broken. So if I'm seeing a strong past level, whether it be support or resistance, if that level gets broken, I'm going to enter off of price action. Breakout, pullback, buy. That's simply how you're going to make this money, guys. It's so very easy. Identify the morning star, identify the bullish price action, and enter your trade. Look how perfect this trade was. And look how easily it's still skyrocketing to the top side. The buy right here, all the way up there, over 129 pips. That's a lot of money on a given trade. So very easy and so simple. Here's another clean example, man. I'll be killing it when it comes to that price action, that breakout pullback. When that happens, it's beautiful. Simply enter your trade. We're looking at this right here, right, guys? We have the breakout, we have the pullback, we have the morning star. Look at that perfect entry. If you're not confident with just entering off with the breakout and pullback, look at the price action. Everything is always the same. Every entry we have seen so far on today's video has been very much the same exact way, right? The same strategy. Breakout, pullback, because this is a buy. We're looking for a bullish price action, and we're getting in for that buy, and we're making all that money to the top side. Everything is very much the same, guys, and this is how you're going to be effectively looking at the market to make your money. Look at another pair on British pound CHF, right? Look at this buy that I'm currently just got into this morning. The reason I entered, breakout, pullback, I'm looking to go to the top side. Sometimes it is best to know how to be patient. I know you guys hear that all the time, but that's really what it always is, right? You got to be patient. The same thing here, right? Breakout, pullback, morning star, I enter for the buy. You're seeing that across everything I'm showing you, right? Breakout, pullback, price action pattern, you're getting for the buy. Same thing here, right? Breakout, pullback, price action pattern, you're getting in for the buy. It's always just that easy. You're identifying very simple things. And when you don't see that stuff, you don't have to enter, guys. You don't have to get into the trade. So it's always very easy to understand why you want to hold on to a trade, why you simply want to close out of a trade, and just simply understand how to identify your emotions in the market. Every single day, you would get better and better with experience. This week right here has been amazing inside of the Forex market. Things are going very well as we approach the end of the year and we're getting closer to Christmas as well. Like I said before in many other the previous videos, at this given time, a lot of traders will tend to shut down. They already made so much money for the year. You don't have to force anything around this time. But if you are trading the market, you can take advantage of these great moves. Don't overthink your process. Start building very profitable habits and understand who you are as a trader, right? Why are you holding on to this trade? Why are you closing this trade? What was your reason for entry? What time did you enter? How did you feel when you held out that trade? How did you feel after you closed out too early? These are all very simple things as a trader. And I always say a trader in some kind of way is like a scientist because you're always tracking down and journaling data about yourself. It's basically an experiment in some kind of way. If you're always trading, always building up different things, you understand simply what to expect. You understand a habit and it start becoming a repeated pattern about yourself. When this happens, I'm going to do this. When this happens, I'm going to do that. There's really never ever a reason to overthink it. Whatever the market is giving you, you should have a reason, a guideline, a rule to combat it and to understand what I have to do. What are your choices? Hope everybody had a great week in the market. Enjoy this video right here. Really watch it all the way through. And I see you in the video, guys, right? Have a great weekend.